Doune returns for 2026 as the Scottish Hillclimb Championship got underway. It ranged from rainy to rapid. 2025 saw 4 Scottish class records at Doune. 16 of this weekend's competitors set their fastest ever times at the last running in September. Many arrive eager to top those times. Saturday started with changing conditions, making consistent times tricky. Though thankfully the weather cleared towards the end of the day, giving Jody Gordon the chance to get within tenths of his own class record. Come Sunday, the weather was glorious, sunshine and all, and Jody wasted no time, cracking the class record in his first event run. Campbell Gordon then took the 2:05 out for his first competitive time and had a huge moment, spinning out at the last corner at speed into mud and tree roots. Thankfully, Campbell was unharmed, but enough damage was still done to put the Gordons out for the weekend. It does make you wonder what time Jody might have been able to achieve as the track continued to get faster. Graham Shee ran in his Fiesta on Saturday, coming third with a 67.56. And Anthony Reid ran both days in his Datsun Cherry. A2 was led by Derek Rothney on both days as he and his Clio 182 set a new personal best. Ewan Catterson came second, also setting a new personal best in his Citroen C2. Roy Weir closed the class at 56.15, very respectable for his first time at Doune. Into A3, and Thomas Rapson's Subaru has been having issues, so he entered this weekend in a familiar car, the blue TTS that Neil Girdwood ran last year. Though familiar from the outside, it's quite different to even the TTRS with Father Tommy, making it a fun but intimidating challenge. The Rapsons, can I interrupt? How's it going? Are you currently fastest?
No, he is.
It was, okay, that's fine.
No, I ended up with a misfire that last run, so she went down into 3 cylinders.
So do you think that's a permanent problem, or?
I don't know. I've changed the plugs, so hopefully that's sorted out. So we'll just try it this next run and see, you know.
Maybe the faster when the one's going.
Fingers crossed.
it's a great day for it.
Maybe that's my excuse. Maybe that's what was wrong all weekend.
You've already been dropping second, 2 seconds.
That's right. So, no, so it's fine. So it's just learning the car as well, you know. So.
Do you think you find it more or less fun than the Subaru?
Less. Yeah, I just miss my Subaru. But it'll be back. It'll be back.
Have you got a timeline for its next one?
Hopefully, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll just get torn back into it.
So you can catch back up in the championship?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, well have a good afternoon.
Yeah, good on you.
Thanks, Tommy. Tommy was a tiny bit faster all weekend in his re-livery TCRS and half a second ahead on the first timed runs. Thomas then found a flying 49.95 on his third run. Then Tommy had a prop shaft failure on the final run and couldn't top Thomas's time. A4 was a solo class with newcomer to Doune, Gordon winning in a bright orange XTR2. He had a wide moment topping Eastbury on Saturday, and he only did 2 runs on Sunday. I'm not sure if this was Gordon calling it for the day or the car. Jamie and Guy Mackenzie were both quick on the drier Saturday runs, split by 2 tenths and joined by Lovett Fraser in his Raw Striker to complete the A5 class. Hey guys, how's your day going? Anybody fancy a microphone and things? You look like your microphone ready.
These are
Poised and...
he is just
I don't want
very
to.
good.
I was going to say, which one of you was to set the record? I didn't see. I heard one of you did. Oh, you've got to
I
talk
beat
about it.
my own record.
Well, how was that?
It was good, quite scary, but good.
Did it feel like it was as fast as you?
Yeah, we're starting to get a little bit faster.
How much faster was it than the one in September?
Well, it's 49.25 down to 48.77.
Because that was when you did before, so you did half a second.
Yeah.
Jesus. Have you got anything new on the car?
No, nothing at all. Old tires, which seem to be working really well, so we're keeping them.
Still pure skill.
Oh no, don't about that. No, we're just getting older and wiser. Is that all right?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks.
I meant to say you can
I
see
know.
it. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Cheers.
I'll move on. Thank you. Have a good day here. Good afternoon. Come Sunday, Jamie found buckets of pace, breaking his own record from September twice and finishing with a flying 48.55. That's 7 tenths faster than the September time. Guy also found pace with a new PB which would have been a new record without Jamie's rapid runs. I didn't even recognise John Welsh's Welsh Field XDR2 as it passed me on Saturday morning until I caught a glimpse of its rear wing. A fantastic new livery for the car. John was also one of the brave few to go out in the pouring rain on Sunday afternoon. John Isherwood was also in A6 on Saturday, his first time at the King of Hills. Considering the mixed conditions for his first time at Doune, a 53.59 is a very strong time. I'm not sure what puts John in class A6 rather than A3 with the Rapsons TTs, though I'm also not sure why John Welsh's 1.3 litre XDR2 is in this class. Some clarification I'll try to find at the next event. Neil Ross has a new car this year, moving on from his rowdy Boxster of the last couple of years. The new 3.4 litre Cayman was looking very lively as he set his fastest ever time up the hill, half a second quicker than he managed in the Boxster. Eight MX-5 drivers hit the hill this weekend. The first time here for Scott and Neil Menzies and Jacob Bogic. All three found pace through the weekend. Jacob was impressively on the pace by Sunday afternoon, within a second of the class record holder, Neil Girdwood, in third. Class record holder before the weekend, that is. Mike King took his MX-5 to a new class record with a rapid 51.66 on Sunday. Son Blair was confident his dad would beat the record after his previous run was only a tenth off. Mike got very lucky as I caught up with him just moments after putting the camera and microphone away, but he was buzzing about the run. Father Jim King also set a new personal best, with nicely controlled slides on his way up the hill. A less controlled slide was seen from Mike on Saturday, but that was clearly just him finding the limit. David Patterson's MX-5 looked very clean, coming 4th on Saturday and 5th on Sunday, and Andrew Moyer went 3 seconds faster than his first Doune outing in September. Stuart Wood's Mini had a couple of adventures this weekend, first off going into the mud during morning practice. Later on, I was standing up by the final corner looking down to the exit of tunnel as the class record holder's Mini appeared completely sideways from the trees. Very well held to keep it out the wall, or perhaps lucky. Team JSW will be very glad to have avoided big damage. John Hamilton had a new Austin Mini this time at Doune. He took it to a 59.73, faster than his best in the previous Rover Mini. Gary Dixon was here in a new to him stripped out Corsa. He seemed to be having a blast all weekend. Gary, how are you?
Not bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing well as well. It's been a good couple of runs then. Have you been out in this before at Doune?
No, only took it off a trailer on Tuesday. I just got it on Tuesday.
Oh, so it's a brand new one. Awesome.
New to me, aye.
And where did it come from?
It came from a guy near Aberdeen called Ian Rennie.
Okay.
Ian competed with it. So it's a slightly bigger car. It's 1750 engine or 1772 with modified class and slicks and that. So I think they're older slicks, but here we're having a wee hoolie. It slides a bit.
It does. We were seeing you come around. We were just filming up, sort of coming into Garden Gate and sort of the long curve before. You're already sideways before you even get to the corner, I think.
I'm glad somebody else noticed it because I felt like it inside the car. I thought, what am I doing wrong? But
more
here,
fun than the last one.
It's just different. Different. The last one, the wee 1400, you've got to rev it till 9 in every gear, or just doesn't know what will do anything. This one you can pull gears much quicker. So it's just totally different. Getting used to it and getting doing the times. So I'm quite pleased with times. So
What times are you doing?
I just did a 50.3.
Aye,
So there's a 49 that, you know,
100%.
got to be, isn't there?
We'll be seeing a 49 this afternoon then.
That's the stuff. I've just put 2.5 cupfuls of fuel in it. You know, I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, I know, of course. How much do you use on a run, do you know?
About a litre and a half, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think 2 litres, but about
On one run?
Yeah. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's over a litre anyway.
Yeah,
I've not quite checked. No, it must be because I've just put a litre and a half in it, and it's taken it up to nearly Marque it was before, so it's about that figure, right? But you're sometimes sitting idling a wee bit and things, you know, and then a little light at the start line, you think you'll have a gentle run this time. And then it goes green, that's it, out the window. Who broke the hurley? Here we go.
Who broke the hurley? Is that the expression?
That's
you
a
said that in Forest Burn. I went to subtitle it.
Oh,
And I was like, I have no clue what you just said.
well, it might be a Caithness thing. I don't actually know, but
Okay.
it's if you've got a car and you say, "Oh, I was giving it. Who broke the hurley?" You know, it just means I was giving it everything. You know.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got
There
the
you
clarification. Awesome. Well, I'll move on, but thank you very much, Gary.
Good speaking to you.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Alan Ligertwood took us Nova to a personal best 52.08, and it wouldn't feel like Doune without Jock Ramsey's Manta making its presence known. James Clark also entered B2 in his 106, unfortunately suffering a suspension failure as the front right rose joint failed.
59.73.
Donald McCaskill and his twin-charged Evo 5 were flying. We spoke to him at lunchtime on Sunday.
Donald, can I grab you? How's today going?
Not bad. I need to go faster.
You need to go
I
fast.
need to go faster, yeah.
What levels are you running? Is the car going all fine today, or have you cut it down a
It
bit?
seems to be going okay. Yeah. I'm running it at full boost.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
It's looking good as usual up there. Have you got like a target?
I'm about 2/10 off my own record,
Okay.
so I'm hoping to lower that this afternoon.
Awesome.
All going well.
Well, good luck
Yeah.
for that one then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have
No
a good
worries.
day.
Cheers.
A 45.17 on the final run beat his Scottish class record from 2011. Though very happy to have improved upon the record, Donald was also quick to stress that it's not the fastest he's ever done. A 45.58 in 2021 is his PB with the car, and is also the class record for the British Class C3 at Doune. Matthew and Adam Wood both got new PBs in their Cooper S, each taking seconds off their fastest times. Something went wrong though on Sunday afternoon. Adam took over 2 minutes to cross the line on his third run, and no times were set after that. Andrew Grover, the class record holder, was alone in B4, only running on Saturday. Ross Sutherland got within half a second of his PB, GBS 0, keeping his hands busy throughout the weekend. And it was Andrew Beskerby's first time at Doune, Silver Phoenix looking sharp. The kit car is based on a Striker chassis, similar to that of Love at Fraser's. Birds of prey, screaming peacocks, and the usual sheep, wildlife played its part in the spectator experience this weekend. Nevis 2 from Scotland's charity air ambulance.
So who are you here with today? Scotland's charity air ambulance. And what's your name?
This is Nevis.
Nevis. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, I see, it says on there, straight up Teddy.
But his name is actually Nevis.
Awesome. And what is it you guys do?
We're Scotland's charity air ambulance. We fund from public donation. We fund a couple of helicopters. One that's based in Perth, one that's based in Aberdeen, and we're tied into the 999 service. So we go out and our paramedics save people.
Brilliant. So is that just anywhere that it's hard to get a different type of vehicle, like mountains, sea, or...
Yeah, or even on the motorways when they're clogged up solid. But a lot of it is the islands. A lot of it is the more remote parts of Scotland. Everybody imagines Scotland's quite small, but actually it's quite big. There's just not a lot of us.
Yeah, very spread out. Well, thank you very much.
The Ramseys led Class C0, John going fastest in the Vauxhall Nova, setting personal bests on both Saturday and Sunday. 2 red Fiestas then followed in the class, a first time at Doune for William Wilkie and the Rogers. Joe Roger was fastest in the class after practice, impressive for his first time, but then he took too much speed over the awkward crest of East Bray. The Ford refused to turn and continued on into the barriers, taking the car out of action for the weekend. C1 saw personal bests on both days from Grant Sinclair and Les Johnson in their Hillman Imps, both looking awesome up the hill. I'm not sure if Grant had a touch with the barrier here, or if it was just a violent curb on the inside of the corner. We can, however, be certain that Chris McDade hit the barrier. Hey Chris, how's today going?
Good, mate. You alright? Enjoying your weather?
See, I'm loving the weather. It makes a good change, doesn't
yeah,
it?
definitely.
I think it's the first time I've been here and it's not rained so far. So
It was touch and go yesterday, but not a very nice morning yesterday.
No, it seemed pretty unpredictable to drive in as well. How's today been?
Better than yesterday. I had a wee observation with a barrier up at the finish yesterday.
Right. Yes, you did. We
You-
saw that.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah it was very light.
Oh, it was light, but it's done a fair bit of damage.
I can
So,
see.
I'll sort that tonight because I'm going to Prescott next weekend.
Aye.
Be grand, yeah.
Have you done press before?
Beautiful, beautiful setting.
It's a very cool.
It's nice, isn't it?
There's a few of those I'd like to get to, but probably
Yeah.
not this year. Same
No?
as Shelsley and
Aye,
Harewood as well.
We're going down in July. Do Shelsley then Lawton the following weekend and just make a week holiday.
The Scottish flag will look better down there as well.
I love it. I love it. Oh, it looks different, but hopefully I'll get the Citroen finish. It's going to go the same colour as that. Aye, same kind of style.
Soupy scoop on the back.
Oh, no. I did that for years. That was lying on the shelf. That was the first thing I done with the car, cut a hole in the roof. 'Cause I seen the vision, even though it took 7 years.
Aye.
What do you plan today?
Well, 7 years, but it must be about there now.
Aye.
And much more planned.
Put the brakes there for it, because for problems with braking, and I spoke to the gentleman that built Grant's car, and he's like, your Fiesta brakes on that, that's not going to stop that. Yeah, it goes so £700. 4 pots ceramic.
So
Aye, but I was going to fit them last night, but I didn't want to tempt fate.
Aye.
Oh, yeah, so. Aye, sing braking or sing thread, and your weekend's over.
Aye,
So
exactly.
I'll just deal with what I've got just now, then I'll fit them at the weekend. Pleasure.
Well, keep enjoying. Thank you very much, Chris. Have a good one.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Brian Beverley was here in his XDR2, a 47.31, winning the class for the day. Scott McWhirter was the only C3 entry, running on Saturday in a heavily modified Audi-engined Clio. I think this was Scott's first time at it. It's definitely the first time I've seen a Clio anything like that. Gary Warren had a moment with a back end down by Garden Gate on Saturday morning, but it clearly didn't scare him too much as the 24 and 25 champion beat his own class record on the next go, then improving upon it on his fourth run. Crew chief and partner Susan's nails were matching as always with a vibrant new livery.
Hi, Gary. How's today going?
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely.
Two records today and one yesterday.
So no, it was 2 yesterday, 2 records yesterday, and it's been 1 today already. It was a 38.39 I did there. I'm putting it all down to the car. It's obviously near me.
Does it feel significantly different?
It's hard to explain. It feels like I'm so accustomed to it already. And this is really my first proper event, right? And I love this place. So this is really my first proper event to get to grips with the car. And after yesterday and the success I took at taking a record twice, was like, how much further can I go with this, to be honest? And then first time run this morning, I did 39.01, and I'm like, wow, we're on the pace already here.
That's the warm-up.
And then the next one was a 38.39. I'm like, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? So, I'm like, is it me or the car? Is it me or the car? I think it's probably both, to be honest. The paddle shift's a game changer. I can concentrate so much more on the driving now, not having to clutch and downshift on the old car. And the changes are flawless. Where I would be flat shifting on a stick, and you're trying to get it to change. And sometimes if you've got too much throttle or the revs are too high, it wouldn't change. Whereas this just seems to be working perfectly. So yeah, it's that's a game changer. The aerodynamics on the car.
Auto blip as well.
Yeah, well, it's a drive-by-wire.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't have a throttle cable to the engine. It's just got a potentiometer at the pedal, and the rest is drive-by-wire. So. And the aerodynamics are almost identical to the old car, except the barge board's just behind the front wheels,
and the front wing's a lot larger, so it's obviously creating a bit more downforce. But yeah, car's just awesome. Car's just awesome. It's making me feel awesome, so I'm happy.
I'm so glad. Well, thank you very much, Gary. Have a good afternoon.
cars.
And
Thank you.
we'll get another lap record in soon. Gary finished the day on a 38.3, a second faster than his previous record. Richard Matossian was also fast with a new personal best of 39.64 seconds. He and his BMW-powered GWR Raptor only 3/10 off the class record before this weekend. Charlie Forsyth was third on Saturday, but too enthusiastic in his own words, and managed to spin just before the S's, taking the front wing off and damaging the rear wing. Charlie's whole car is self-built, named 130R after the famous corner at Suzuka. He told me that he made that front wing 20 odd years ago, and now faces the challenge of remembering how to build it again. The Sheridans appeared with a surprise Force TA this weekend. Bought on Thursday and tested on Friday, a wet Saturday at Doune is quite an intense way to get used to a car.
It's going pretty well. It's a really nice car to drive. It's very, very different from the Reynard.
How so?
It's lighter. It's a little bit more positive in its steering, and it handles a little bit more grippy, I guess.
Agile, moves more quicker.
It just sticks. But I'm just having a little bit of trouble with the throttle at the moment. It's very, very sensitive, and I can't keep my foot steady enough going up the hill in the first half of the hill. So I'm getting quite a lot of lurching. And
is it like going over the bumps?
I think as it's going over the bumps, my foot's kind of floating above it and moving ever so slightly because the pedal's so delicate. It's basically giving me that kangaroo petrol type thing.
Because we actually wondered if you had some sort of traction control or something, because there was one corner you went past, and I think that must have been what was happening. Unless it also does that.
In that last run at Garden Gate, I had to lift right off and start again just to try and get control of it.
Okay.
I do have traction and I do have launch for the first time. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to make some little minor adjustments. Ian Deason, who built the car, thinks that a footplate rest from a heel will help immeasurably just getting control over that, and so we'll try that first of all, and just see. I'm happy enough. I got sub 50 my first weekend in it.
You're flying, for sure. No, it's really cool to see.
More to come.
Well, thank you very much. Have a great weekend, Leslie. I'll catch
You
up with
too.
you later.
See you soon.
Leslie set 2 identical times on Saturday. Scott was delegated to crew for the weekend. Tom Graham was caught out on Sunday morning's frosty conditions, finding himself on the muddy inside of Junction. Tom was here in his new Empire Evo Zero, previously run by Greg Barton in the British Championship. And Andrew Patterson had an off in his first competitive run of the weekend, breaking his suspension. Unfortunately, it also caused further damage to the car and it couldn't be fixed, ending Andrew's weekend. Stuart Sugden set the fastest time of the weekend, only 0.03 off Wallace Mingus's 2016 record, though the car did require constant maintenance. 2015 Scottish champion Les Much was pit crew this weekend, and somehow managed to make it seem like pleasant work, beautifully reciting Summertime as he and the crew attempted to fix a boost issue. Stuart Robb's Colbeam MP57 put on a show, looking and sounding phenomenal at speed up the hill. Stephen Muir was fastest of the classic and thoroughbred road cars, his bright orange Sprite popping against the shadowy trees. Corvin Howie came second both days in his Clan Crusader, setting a PB along the way and surviving this speedy off atop East Bray. Colvin's second run on Sunday was quite slow, and he didn't do another after that. Maybe an issue at the end of the weekend. John Moore's Anglia came in third with personal bests on both days. Malcolm Galloway was fourth on Sunday and sliding on Saturday. Alex and Jenny Howells were back in their imp for the usual tussle. Coming from Leamington, Hampshire, I'm pretty sure they've travelled the furthest. The pair had mixed feelings come lunchtime, separated by 2/10 with Alex ahead.
Oh, it's going really well actually. Conditions are fantastic. It's so consistent, and this is April. It's mad.
I know, it doesn't make sense, does
Yeah,
it? We've walked forward a few months.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if it stays like this all year, we'll be staying in Scotland. There's no point going back to England when it's like this up here.
Where's your next event?
Next week, at a place called Wiscombe Park,
Wiscombe.
which is down in Devon.
Yes, I've got Wiscombe on the sim rig.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's good. I've got a few. There's one for here coming soon actually as
Yeah.
well. No, cool. I'm glad. What's your target today for lap time? Do you have one or just have fun?
Yeah, well, last time we were here in September, we had a new engine build, and so had new PBs. So my PB is 60.5 or something like that. So I'm at 61.60 at the moment. So
hope to bring it closer.
yeah, and Jenny's the same, and we've been, neck and neck all weekend. So I'm in the lead at the moment, but it's only 2/10.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on that
So-
one. I'll watch today.
Yeah, look for her punching the air at the end on the way down. That'll be the shot to get.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good run.
Yeah, cheers, Cass.
Thank you.
Track feels really great, yeah. It's just the driver that's not quite got the brain in gear yet.
Not nailed in. Because Alex slightly quicker than you at the moment.
Yeah,
so
but actually we're only 2/10 apart now.
it's
So
a good battle.
yeah,
You're just
yeah.
making it exciting for everybody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The trouble is I've got this in September we both did really good PBs and you just expect to come out the first time in the year and expect to match it, and
The same thing.
it's expectation. Yeah.
September was unique though. Is that perfect conditions, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Really, and then
yeah.
you had the tracks rubbering in for the whole year.
Yeah,
as well.
but the air was cool, which was good for the car. So yeah, so I'm trying to manage my expectations at the moment, but I just need to get in front of Alex.
Brilliant. Well, good luck with that. We'll be keeping a good eye on it.
Thank
you,
you.
Jenny. Have a good day.
Thank
Rain began on the final few runs of the day, catching Jenny from tunnel onwards. Neither improved on their pre-lunch times. Jos Warren was in a new car for Doune this year and went faster than he's ever been up the hill. He and his Morris Mini were the only D2 entry. In the final class of the weekend, as always full of class, was John Alveston in his Brabham BT38C. I also saw Doug Anderson in the paddock, whose Fisher Spider often runs in the class. The car has been under repair since a shunt at Bowness last year and should hopefully be ready soon to run in D3 once again. This weekend gave us a fantastic return to Scottish Hillclimb in 2026, with all range of conditions and many brilliant drives. We look on excitedly to the next event, a sprint weekend at Kames on the 2nd and 3rd of May, with the next Hillclimb at Fintry, May 23rd.